Sad day in Tracy, California. It's a horse-drawn carriage. It's part of a private funeral service for 8-year-old Sandra Cantu. Cute little girl, and the last footage we saw of her alive was Sandra as a skipping 8-year-old, not a care in the world. Little did we know that right after that, she would be killed and her body would be stuffed in a suitcase and found at the bottom of a pond. It's such a tragic story, but Sandra Cantu laid to rest. We're taking your calls on this with your comments and questions about this sad tragedy. We have our experts standing by. I want to go now to Jennifer Wadsworth, reporter for the Tracy Press. Jennifer, there's the private service. When will there be a public memorial for little Sandra?
They plan to have about 8,000 people turn out to public service at about 1 o'clock tomorrow. It's going to be held at the local high school. There's only going to be parking for about 500 people, so this town is going to be inundated with visitors just because this case has attracted so much attention.
Jennifer, 8,000 people, is that what you said?
That's what the school district said.
Well, there's been such an outpouring. That number's not surprising in this sad case. Again, you, our viewers, you've been passionately following this with phone calls, texts, emails. Let's go to the phones. Linda in Florida. Hi, Linda. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, Linda.
I'm watching your coverage of Sandra, you know, and it just breaks my heart to see this beautiful child, you know, taken from us. So many of our kids are taken from us. It's just absolutely absurd. You know, I look at her skipping and jumping and throwing her arms up and how happy and carefree she is, and she doesn't even know that someone so evil is so close to her and how many times she was at that house. What I'd like to know is this woman's ex-husband, the father of her 5-year-old, has anyone talked to him? He must have some insight on her behavior, personality, things like this.
Linda, some great points and a good question to follow. Let's go to David again from KOVR. David, we asked that, do you know any information about this ex-husband? Where he is, who he is, and did anyone talk to him?
Yeah, his name is John Huckabee. We have not been able to track him down as of yet. Here's what we have tracked out. Their divorce. It happened in 2005, and in the divorce, Melissa Huckabee alleged 3 things as reasons she wanted a divorce. Number 1, alleging that her husband was abusive. Number 2, that he was an alcoholic. And number 3, and very interesting, Mike, she alleged child abduction. Now, that is in the court documents from Southern California where the divorce papers were filed. But no, again, a good question. He would have some insight as to this woman, but no one's been able to find him so far. Okay. Now, in John Huckabee, is he the father of their 5-year-old? Yes. He is. Okay. Wow. Again, so much. And our viewers have been so passionately following, and that's one thing we are concerned about is the little 5-year-old. David, who's caring for the 5-year-old? Good question. We do not know. We know that there's a lot of families staying at Melissa Huckabee's home right now. She, of course, was living with her grandfather who pastored the local church nearby, but no idea who her daughter is staying with, whether it's her parents, the grandparents, we're not sure. Jennifer, do you know exactly who's caring for the 5-year-old?
Yeah, I heard that the grandparents are caring for her right now.
Okay. Steve Carty, a lot of people have also texted and emailed us, Steve, concerning the 5-year-old. Do you think authorities have talked to the 5-year-old, and how do you handle that? That's so delicate when the 5-year-old's mother is the one accused of killing Sandra.
Yeah, Mike, they bring in professional child psychologists that deal specifically with that type of questioning, where the child's going to be interviewed by a professional and asked the correct and proper questions. And it's the responsibility of that police department to not only interview her, which I'm sure they've already done, but other girls and other children that were parishioners of that church and people that live in that neighborhood.
Yeah. David, I'll start with you on that front. Do we know if police have talked to the little 5-year-old?
We do not know that.
Okay. And Steve, what do you hope to get out of her? Obviously, you're wondering if she saw the abduction to begin with, right?
Yeah, it likely is a traumatic event for her, God forbid, that she was present during that time, but only time will tell.
Yeah, okay. Guys, we're going to have to leave it there. Again, David Begno, KOVR, there in the Sacramento, Stockton area. We appreciate it. Jennifer Wadsworth, you as well. Steve Cardian, our investigator, in on this. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll continue to follow this for you, our viewers.